everyone. Welcome to our series Inside Auxothon. We will continue our discussion on the different teams that participated in Auxothon. Uh, Hey everyone, I am Varun. I'm a managing director at Oxo AI, and today I have with me Shril. Shril was basically one of the runners-up at the Oxothon, and today we'll be talking about the solution that their team built. So, Shril, welcome to the podcast. Why don't we start with introductions first?
Thanks, Varun. So my name is Shreyal. I'm a senior manager here at Oxo AI. Uh, we were, I was actually approached by one of my teammates for participating in Auxothon, and the main problem that we faced was to find like a good problem statement. There were a lot, and we're seeing that there are a lot of things that are out there right now that can be automated using AI, but we wanted to do something that we wanted to take a problem that our client was actually facing so that we knew it had real world implications. I'll talk a bit about the problem statement. So, right now,
Yeah.
in most large organizations, running an email campaign is actually surprisingly slow. It often takes like 6 to 8 weeks for a campaign to be fully executed, right from the time of conception to the time that everything, all the workflows are approved, the theme is finalized, the content is approved from the team, and then finally it goes into production. Now, in some cases, it's okay, right? In some cases, when your campaign is based on certain market triggers, let's say a new law is introduced in the field of your organization and you want to run a campaign based on that, if you're running it 8 weeks later, then it's 8 weeks too late. So, one of the problems that we wanted to tackle was to streamline this entire process and to make it easy and quick to launch an email campaign. So, a lot of companies are starting to use AI SDRs. We wanted to have this be like one function of an AI SDR.
Um, Social and I think what we have been kind of experimenting with internally is that large language models and agents bring in this additional capability of thinking about these complex problems that you just talked about, and they kind of make it easy for someone to configure and start thinking in terms of delegating that decision making to agents, though having this full control. And for that, I think the whole solution, we were using our platform Damia to do that. So maybe if you can talk a bit about how did you go about thinking about those agents and what were the different members of your team working on?
So, I'll uh, quickly introduce my team. We were four of us. We had Nitesh, who was a data engineer. We had Astik, who was our backend builder. We had Dhiru, who was the front end developer. And then there was finally me, who was bringing in the business lens. So, like you mentioned, there are a lot of agents that can work on it, and this is something that we even we did a little bit of research. We spoke to our client. So the problem is big, and there are like point solutions that do exist. However, they're like across different tools. There is no one tool that brings it together, which is where Damia comes into picture. So one of the things we wanted to do was we built a Salesforce backend and we connected Salesforce to Damia, and then we brought in all the different functions of our app all in one place so that it would be easy and like as a campaign manager, I wouldn't have to go to 5 different tools and I wouldn't have to coordinate with 10 different people across apps to finalize my campaign.
And Shreya, if I have to talk about all the things that were going around along with the hackathon, how was the hackathon experience? Like, how did the team kind of got together and build this out? Sounds very complex. You had to like think about quite a few moving parameters. Uh, so tell me about your experience. Also, apart from your solution, is there something that caught your attention in terms of something that the other team built out?
So, my hackathon experience was amazing. Like I said, initially, I was approached by a teammate. I was a little hesitant because all of us are working across multiple projects, so was not sure how much time we'd be able to give. But because this was being done, like we thought of the problem statement. It was quite exciting for us to explore Damia and figure out how to host our entire solution there. We met after hours. We connected with multiple different people within the organization who helped us refine our problem statement, think about it slightly differently. It helped us also streamline in a way, like we built a different kind of ways of working. In projects, you have timelines, you have set activities that you need to do by a certain timeline. Here, we were defining it. So we tried to be AI native in terms of ways of working. So that in itself was a very different and very fun experience. Apart from this, if I were to talk about what other solutions that I saw, like a couple of teams, my own project mates who were trying to automate data engineering in a way. Like there was one solution, I can't recollect the team name, but it was source to target mapping. They were trying to build it entirely. You just get the data from like all your different Excel files or whatever the source data is based out of, and then you build a version that is acceptable to the client. That was pretty interesting to me because once again, I knew the real world implications that it would have. It was also interesting to see how people were approaching. There were multiple solutions. So, a lot of them were around data engineering. We know that there is tremendous scope of using AI there for across the entire life cycle. So, it was interesting to see the solutions in that space.
So I enjoyed kind of your presentation, and I clearly remember one very interesting fact that how you kind of picked up all the questions and you were able to kind of walk through that. So that was very interesting. How do we take this forward? Like, what's next for the kind of solution that you're thinking, and how do you see this collaboration moving forward with the rest of your team members?
How do we take this forward, right? So, like I mentioned, one of our clients was facing this issue, and that's where we were inspired to take this up as a problem statement. We actually spoke to them about this, and we are going to be building out their entire campaign strategy over the next year, AI native campaign strategy. And then we're going to ultimately build out a solution that helps them execute faster. Just like so, some real impact coming out of Auxothon, where we did not anticipate that it would actually get converted into a project that the client would find really interesting. The team, like we met a couple of times to see how to take it forward, but like once we finalize the strategy and once we start working on the project, I guess we'll all come together to scope it out further.
Uh, Thanks, Shreya. It was an amazing presentation, and it was great to see that solution in action. So again, congratulations for the hackathon. Thanks for your time today. It was really nice talking to you.
Thank you, Varun. Likewise, and thank you for organizing it. It was a lot of fun.